really keyed in on what you said when we had our first conversation about the prayer of appreciation. And for me, part of that prayer of appreciation is my appreciation for the work of Esther and Jerry and Abraham. It really has transformed my life over the past 20 years. It's been amazing.
Love and appreciation are so close to identical vibrational frequencies, indiscernible to tell the difference from human perspective. So when you are in that mode of appreciation, no matter what the object of your attention is, you are in sync with your source energy. So it follows that you would feel resonance with that, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Your inner being, Abraham, it's all the same vibrational. It's all the same. So what Esther and Jerry are for many is an object of attention that causes you to focus and maybe listen for a little while until you reclaim your own resonance. You don't need anyone for that. But when it happens, it's nice, and that's what you are for others. And that's all that you are for others. In other words, you don't need Esther or Jerry or Abraham for that matter. You would find your way anyway. This is just the path of least resistance.
And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What I was wondering is, or part of what I've heard Abraham say before is that it's not us following Abraham, it's Abraham following us.
You're asking the questions. The answer follows the question.
So could you give us a prayer of appreciation for what we bring to this forum?
It's interesting because during the segment of refreshment, Esther was having some of those thoughts that without you, there isn't any of this. So, a prayer of appreciation. We are all in this together. We are perfect parts of a magnificent whole. All, you could say, keeping our promises to one another as we stand in our respective roles. You said, I'll step out there on the leading edge and I'll explore and I will define my unique desire. And when I do, I will radiate a vibration about it. And we said, we know, we've been there before. We'll follow the rocket and we'll focus upon it until you reclaim it, until you find resonance with it. We also said, because there are so many of you shooting off so many rockets, and because there is the perfection of the law of attraction, there will be a culmination of those who match you in intention, who will enhance the parts that you may leave out. That's the we're all in this together part. You'll have your unique point of view. Others will have their unique point of view. And there will be a vibrational point of attraction that all of this non-physical energy will tend to and appreciate and applaud. And then there will be a culmination of it that will be so profound that all who are in the vicinity of it will witness the creation of that. For after all, friends, we all agreed before your birth, we are creators. That's what we do. Creators gotta create. And this is the process. Then fast forward into the experience where Jerry, like you, with never-ending questions, and Esther, like our friend just now, who's looking for fun all the time, just looking for fun all the time, looking for fun all the time, looking for fun all the time. What a great combination. Jerry with the questions, us with the answers, and Esther not in the way. Not needing to be right, not needing to be smarter, just wanting to be happy. And so this perfect combination came about. We're all in this together. The cooperative components have been gathered, and some of the components that have been gathered by others were not those that were going to be gathered by you. But as law of attraction gathers them together, you get the benefit of those as others get the benefit of yours. In other words, this is much more than just step 1, step 2, step 3. This is about you as infinite intelligence coming into an environment where you can choose more than has ever been chosen before, to take thought beyond what it has ever been before, and then to find your way, path of least resistance, back to the fullness of who you are. And as you come back into the fullness of who you are, then that vibration becomes a reality, a see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it reality, which is then the bouncing off place for more. In other words, we're talking about eternalness. Humans worry about death when there isn't any. It's just ongoing life experience. For what? For fun. For what? For fun. Humans want to make it about something more tragic and urgent, but it's not. It's about fun. It's about fun. And so what do you do for all that is? You are the reason for the progression of what we are calling eternity. That's a pretty big deal. That's something to feel appreciation about. The variety of contrast in non-physical is not like it is here. The range of your variety produces stronger asking than could be provided from non-physical. Does that make sense to you? Because the contrast is what produces the new desire. If you don't know what you don't want, you don't know what you do want. Both ends of that are necessary for you to focus something into being. And so what you are focusing into being is something different than has ever been before. This combination of beings has never been before unto all of the universe. Never has this combination of beings been before. That's what we are appreciating of. Esther can hardly wait to get her human ears on the content of this, because she knows for sure there are several things, each one being the subject for an absolute book. A whole book could be written about 4 or 5 different topics that you all stirred up here together. This really is co-creating at its best. So we appreciate your fun. Yes, we do. We appreciate your leading edge stance. Most of all, we appreciate what you queue up for the rest of the universe to follow. That's the biggest deal. That's why you said you'd come. That's why you said you'd come. That's why you didn't want it to be perfect. You didn't want it to be all figured out. You didn't want it to be done. You didn't want it to be decided by someone else. You didn't want to be a compliant component. You wanted to be a cooperative component. You wanted to be on the leading edge of it. The other day, Mark was teasing Esther about a conversation that we had as we were talking years ago about a waterfall that stopped flowing on the Texas property. And Esther and Mark and others were standing out there about the same time. And it occurred to them, as the workers had tried so hard to clear the clogged pipe, that they should just put some new pipes in the ground. And it occurred to Esther and Mark simultaneously, and they've been arguing for years about whose idea it was. Because both of them are certain that the idea occurred to them. This is what we're talking about. It couldn't have occurred to either one of them without the other one there. If you don't care who gets the credit, you can have a lot of fun in your motion forward in this physical life experience. So we'll do a rampage of appreciation. You came just like you said you would, and you banged around it and didn't feel too good. You got real mad at a lot of people, and you launched a lot of rockets of desires, and you created a vortex unlike anything that has ever been created before, which will benefit future generations in ways that we can't even begin to describe. But you didn't create that vortex to benefit the future generations. Not only, yes, you were cooperative to that idea, but you created your vortex version with the intention in mind of you getting to fully manifest each and everything that you put in it. There is nothing that you cannot be or do or have, and there is nothing that you should ever deprive yourself of. You should get to live the fullness of everything that you've dreamed into your vortex. And our appreciation for you all is about that, because you keep coming and you keep asking one more question for one more point of clarification. More humans than ever before are understanding their own power. More humans than ever before are fulfilling their reason for being. which is to deliberately create. Everyone can create. You can just look around and think, and something will happen as a result of that. But to look around and think and reason by virtue of your own guidance system, and then ponder it, and then deliberately calibrate it until you can feel the trending moving in the direction of what you want, and to get to feel the satisfaction of your trending and what it produces in ideas and emotions and collection of other people in your experience, and then get to see things take shape and form out of seemingly nothing because you thought it. That is the fulfilling of your human destiny. That's what you came for, and nothing else will do. And that's why when you thank Esther and she appreciates it, and we say, oh, she doesn't do it for you. She does it for the thrill she gets to feel when combinations of thoughts come together and go beyond anything that she's felt before. In other words, it's her emotional response to what you're producing here that is ringing her bells and ours and yours, you see. You came to love each other, but your hatred toward each other is not altogether unhelpful. Because in your pushing against each other, you're producing a stronger desire for that harmony. You know what you all are about? And this is the greatest appreciation that we can find right now, currently to give to you. You are about, as a human race, exploring contrast within love. That's good stuff right there.
Very good stuff.
Yeah.
Many thanks.
Really good. Really good.